This is Ultra Runner. Welcome back to the channel. I typically don't do previews, but this is like so hype, so I had to jump in real quick and share it with you guys. InArt has they actually early this week they teased the upcoming pre-order for the BvS Batman vs Superman Ben Affleck, or Batfleck as he is fondly called in the community. And they only had like a silhouette, and then the next day I think they had like one picture kind of in the shadows. And so today they've actually dropped a ton of photos on, I think it's like 30, maybe 25, something like that. But we're gonna go through them real quick here, but this looks pretty stellar. I was not expecting it to be available to order this soon. I know I check the InArt site pretty regularly, and they'll have pre-orders upcoming. And this and the Clark Kent, the Christopher Reeve Clark Kent has been in the coming soon section for a while now. But now that it's up, and pre-order will go out on, or will go up on the 10th. So that's Friday. So that's, and of course, unfortunately, this is not a global license. This for InArt. Unless it changes between now and Friday, this is probably only going to be available going through 1/6 kit. So, and I do have that's why I picked up my BvS Superman. I did my pre-order for BvS Wonder Woman through him as well. So I'm sure I'll have to do Batman, unless something changes. But this DC license, it's really been, that's the only issue I have with InArt, is the fact that you cannot go directly through them for everything that they sell. But you know, kit's pretty stellar. I can tell you, I've picked up a couple things from him. The BvS Superman was super easy, very quick. You know, his prices are shipped, so there's not any other hidden fees or anything like that at all. And he's been pretty reliable. The community's used him for a long time for some of this one-off stuff that you just can't get in the States. So because he is a international distributor. So, but yeah, this looks great. I think they crushed it with the Ben Affleck likeness, especially from this movie. I mean, he's pretty downtrodden because, you know, if you've seen the movie, it's not a great time to be Batman, you know. And so I think they did a great job capturing the look of him. Probably not going to use a head sculpt, but I might have to alternate this back and forth because this does look great, you know, and I hate to put a great head sculpt back and leave it in the box, but this definitely looks amazing. I think the proportions, they killed it. If you guys have ever dealt with anything from InArt, their fit and finish is just top tier. It just doesn't miss. That BvS Superman, which is now, I don't know what, 3 years old, it's still on my shelf. It's like, if I put it next to a Hot Toy, even a most recent Hot Toy, it just makes the Hot Toy look like it's less expensive. Not that it's not good, it's just that the InArt stuff is just a better quality. It's, you know, but they're also, you know, they've been in the statue game for a long time as Queen Studios, and their bust and life-size statues and things like that are just, you know, they're top of the game. So InArt's not a brand new company. They're brand new to 1/6, but they're not brand new to making high-end stuff. Way more expensive than Hot Toys makes. I mean, Hot Toys doesn't make a $10,000 anything, you know. So, and they make several of those. Like their new Catwoman was crazy that they showed earlier this year, but that Queen Studio showed. So, but this is really cool. Okay, as I said, as a BvS fan, super excited to have this come in, or to be able to get on pre-order finally. So this is probably going to be a 2028 release. That's my guess. I'm sorry, 2028, 2027 release probably, because Wonder Woman is supposed to be here Q3, I think, this year. So this is probably going to be Q4 or Q3 or Q4 of 2027. So, but you know, to me, let them cook. Take as much time to let this thing bake to get it all done. But this is definitely one. It's so funny. I didn't even really like this suit. I do like Ben Affleck Batman. I do like him in this suit, but my favorite suit is the tactical suit from Zack Snyder's Justice League. You know, the Snyder cut. And when InArt was on Will Foxification show talking live, I actually asked the question, and he had said that InArt had said that they wouldn't be doing the Justice League anytime soon. Just because of the priorities, so I had to jump on this. But now that I see this, I'm like, even the Hot Toys, when I almost jumped on that because it looked really good as well, and I can't wait for somebody to do a side by side, because I'm sure one of the other YouTubers will probably have side by side comparisons for them. But yeah, this thing looks awesome. It's exactly what I was looking for. I'm happy really about the base because they kept the bases very similar, so they don't look out of place. Because, you know, if you're a Lord of the Rings collector, you know, they just dropped Gimli pre-order, and Gimli's base doesn't even match Aragorn's and Legolas's, and that was I think a terrible miss on their part. And hopefully that's something they go back to the drawing board on and change that. But in the meantime, you know, at least for what I'm picking up from them, because I'm not picking up any Lord of the Rings. Not that they're not great looking, but a Lord of the Rings doesn't hit with me like that, so I'm not really going in down that line. But this is definitely a great place if you guys have seen my collection tour, which I'll have another one coming up in a couple of weeks when I get a few more characters in or figures in. Because I've got a lot of new art that came in too. So, and I call art my signed comics. So, but yeah, I've got a special shelf just for my BvS stuff. Like I said, I love this base. I'm assuming it's not going to be magnetic since Wonder Woman is not magnetic. This one's probably going to have the pole in it as well. If it is magnetic, I'd be happy to go back to that. But then it's going to make Wonder Woman kind of weird because she's not. So hopefully there's an update for that. She'll get magnetic base, because my BvS Superman hasn't had an issue. Now, if I don't use the pole on him, he's just standing and he's perfectly fine, you know, no issue. So I hope InArt goes back to this magnetic base piece, and because they're winning in some of the other areas, I just wish they would just do the same thing with here, and with the magnetic base, you know, because the magnetic eyes they're doing for the ones with rooted hair working out super well. This is pretty cool because the grenade launcher actually, you can see it extends, the stock extends, and then it opens so you can actually reload in there. Such a cool little piece. I don't know if any stuff is die cast. There's no real details in that piece for right now, but I'm sure we'll see more when it goes up, because I will do a separate video just letting you guys know I did order it, because this is going to be a dopo. This is day one pre-order for sure. Got the grappling hook when he was running away from, well, actually, I'll say that sign. Yeah, when he was running away from Doomsday. You've got the Bat brand, and they've got an actual one that's actually painted like it's illuminated, which is pretty awesome. You know, so that's the non-heated one there. Same with the rifle. The cape looks good. You know, I've only got I got the drape cape on my BvS Superman, and I think the cape's awesome. Everybody that has I've seen reviews on said that they really like InArt's capes. They didn't have to go out and buy a Jackson Jew or a third-party cape. So this right here, that looks crazy good. The Starlight face, maybe that's just a bad angle. I'm not too big a fan of that. But they've got his proportions down. I think it looks pretty good. Looks pretty similar to what he did in the movie, or how he was built in the movie. And like I said, that head sculpt is just a 10 out of 10. And I'm assuming that is sculpted hair lift that looks like, and which I'm not mad at either, because, you know, Superman's is sculpted as well. But and of course Wonder Woman's going to be rooted. So yeah, this is coming up on the 10th. I'll probably do a separate video once it's done, kind of just review it all, but just for you guys to check it out and see what's coming along. I'll tell you, that looks crazy good. InArt is just on the next level when it comes to their head sculpts, that cowl, things like that. I can't wait to see some of the people like D Knight, the real Batman fanatics who like look at every angle and wrinkle, and they'll break this thing down as far as shape and stuff like that. For me, I'm a fan, but not like that. It's that I don't care that much about it. It's does it look great? Does it look accurate? Does it look like I remember? It looks like I remember. Okay, let's move on. So, but yeah, just want to share this with you guys. Let me know what you think. If this is something that you're picking up, are you a Snyderverse fan? If you're not, you're not picking this up. I've said this many times. I am not a Bell fan, so there's no Bell stuff in my collection at all. Zero. Probably won't ever be. I came close to getting a Catwoman, but I like Anne Hathaway, but not so much. Not enough to actually add it to the collection. But I'm hoping that this line expands. I'd love to see them jump into the Zack Snyder Justice League at some point, and I'd love to have that entire team by them. But until then, it'll be BvS for sure. But let me know what you guys think. Comment down below if you're going to be picking this guy up. Thanks so much for stopping by and hanging out. Later.